Welcome to Hollywood Glove Puppet Playhouse, starring Sock Dragon and Development Bunny. 10 a.m., the crack of dawn in the film world, and Sock has weaseled his way into the lair of Jabba the Prod. As we fade in, we hear Sock Dragon pitching his brand new spec script to Development Bunny, who is struggling with their first cup of coffee of the day. Hey babe, I got a really super excellent spec right here in the crack of my ass. You want to see?
Make it snappy, Puppethead. You're boring me already.
It's an action-adventure epic called Mission Impossible 7. Scientology takes over the Vatican.
My latte's getting cold.
No, wait. Actually, it's a true story about conflict between cultures. It's a period western called Red Tom, and it's about murder, revenge, justice, and redemption in 1893 Oklahoma. A giant naked white man with red hair and beard fights with pursuing Indians with hatchet and blade. Flashback to Cheyenne, Oklahoma Territory, 1893. An old down-and-out Texas Ranger named Red Tom comes to town looking for horse thieves up from Texas. He gets drunk in the local saloon, terrorizing the locals, then spying an Indian and his squaw driving his rig out of town with supplies. Red Tom staggers out, mounts up, whips out his rifle, and gallops after the wagon. And on the bank of the Washita River, Red Tom shoots the friendly Indian Tom Wolfhair to death in front of his wife, Blue Water. But for some unknown reason, Red Tom spares the Indian woman. There's a dead Indian over the hill, and if he ain't got a bullet hole over his left eye, he ain't my Indian. Back in Cheyenne, Sheriff Billy Banks is confronted by an angry crowd of townspeople, led by Beth Morris, editor of the Cheyenne Star.
You go on into that saloon, Billy Banks, and you arrest that Ranger, Red Tom.
Red Tom doesn't put up a fight, and Billy puts him in the courthouse lockup. But the local Cheyenne tribe, hearing of the murder, come to town in full war paint to make the white man give up the killer Red Tom to face Indian justice. The Texas Ranger headquarters down in Fort Worth sends dapper lawyer with a gun Temple Houston up to Cheyenne to defend Red Tom. Houston is able to get a change of venue to the railhead and military garrison town of El Reno, 40 miles away. But the court in El Reno will never convict a Texas Ranger of murder for killing an Indian. And Blue Water is not allowed to testify because in her sovereign Cheyenne nation she's only property, and Red Tom goes free. Red Tom and Temple Houston celebrate victory in the Grand Hotel bar, but Billy Banks rises to the occasion, kidnaps Red Tom, and sets out for the Cheyenne village. Intrigued, Temple Houston follows.
Well, a lawman with a conscience. This I gotta see. Your principal's gonna get you killed someday, Billy Banks.
At the trial, Blue Water testifies and her blood is spilled to show truth. Red Tom's found guilty. He is cut down and cast out.
Red Tom, you have killed in cold blood. You run now. We come for you by and by.
The next morning, White Shield's warriors come for Red Tom. He kills many, and he goes down fighting, a fitting end for a violent man. Not many folks today know about how Sheriff Billy Banks saved Cheyenne, Oklahoma from an Indian uprising back in 1893. Billy and Beth made a life for themselves and passed on. But the Red Tom case in El Reno made Temple Houston famous as the lawyer with a gun, and he died a rich man. And the local publisher still puts out the weekly edition of the Cheyenne Star.
Interesting. But we're not really looking at period pieces just now.
Oh. Okay. Later at Le Deux.
It's perfect for Crow, see? He's like really mean, but sensitive too, see?
Yeah.
Then he like doesn't really die, so you got the sequel, see?
Yeah, I'm seeing it, yeah.
Can we get Chun-Li?